In this video, I'll help you understand the components of ZENworks reporting. The first component of ZENworks reporting is the ZENworks reporting appliance. This is a virtual appliance that can be hosted on any VMware, Zen, or Hyper-V device, and it hosts the web interface and connects to the endpoint management data sources. This is the main tool that you'll be using and interacting with when building reports or executing reports or viewing dashboards. You then have the endpoint management domains. A domain is basically a set of metadata available that helps translate what the database structure is that we at Micro Focus have built into something that is more consumable to somebody who's not a database expert. And so basically it describes, here are the values that I want to make available, here are their formats, if they're in different tables, how do those tables join together? So the end result is that when you go to build ad hoc views, you can just grab that item in the domain viewer, bring it over, and behind the scenes it can build all of the SQL for you. Now the endpoint management domain for ZENworks, the core ZCM, asset management, patch management, full disk encryption, and endpoint management solutions are included with ZENworks. And so when you set up ZENworks reporting, you point that at your ZENworks primary server, and it will automatically import the domain for those. For the other products, Micro Focus Desktop Containers, it's available on Cool Solutions. There's the Micro Focus Desktop Containers server usage domain, or the ZAV server usage domain. And for Micro Focus Service Desk, you have to actually contact a Micro Focus SE, a consultant, or an NTS person to get that at the moment. Eventually we'll get this posted on Cool Solutions, but right now, because Service Desk is typically being run by our customers on Postgres or MySQL, we don't have those tools yet to import the domain into the appliance, and so you have to do some manual work, and so you have to get someone at Micro Focus involved. The next component is Jaspersoft Studio. Jaspersoft Studio is actually a standalone tool. It's an advanced report designer for when you need more flexibility or control than the ad hoc designer provides. Maybe you want to build something you're going to print and send around to people, and you want to have very specific way it looks and feels. Or maybe you want to put more on a page than you can otherwise. So for instance, I'm building a report right now that from Service Desk will show me all of the assets assigned to somebody, put a QR code on it, add some headers and footers, and then I can go ahead and print that out and send it to my users to validate that, hey, this is what you should have. Now, it's not nearly as easy as the ad hoc designer because you have to really understand how to build those. It can be used in conjunction with the domain or directly with SQL queries. And so if you're somebody who really wants to get in and hand build custom SQL, or if something's not available in the domain but you figured out how to get it out of the database, those are good use cases for Jaspersoft Studio. Now once you've built the report, those reports can still be published back to the ZENworks reporting server so that business users have the ability to run those, or so that you can schedule those using the job scheduling capabilities. Once you've got ZENworks reporting up and running, then you have three kinds of reports. You've got the canned reports. These are reports that are created and maintained by Micro Focus Engineering. So if you come in to the repository and you look under reports, you'll see there's this ZENworks folder here. There's this set of predefined reports that comes with the ZENworks domain, and it's a set of reports that we've created that we think you'll find useful. And so when you're doing these, you simply click and that report runs and provides you back some information about what's in the system. The second kind of report is an ad hoc report. So an ad hoc report is one that you're going to create using the domain. So for instance here, I might create something with the Micro Focus Service Desk domain. And that's going to then provide a easy to use drag and drop kind of interface where I can say, well, what I want to do is report on some data in the CMDB. Then you can create 3 different kinds of reports: table reports, chart reports, or crosstabs. In this case, I'll do a very simple chart just to give you an idea of what the ad hoc designer looks like. And then I can go ahead and quickly put these together. So I can say, okay, I'm going to count the number of items in my system, and I'm going to break them down by category. And so then you can see very quickly, I now have a report that shows me, or a chart that shows me, the different kinds of items that I have in my database. So that's the different kinds of reports you can do. We have separate videos that talk through how to build each one of these. So if you're interested in how to build chart reports or crosstabs or tables, I highly recommend checking those videos out. The third kind is your pixel perfect reports. These are reports that you're going to have a report designer build using Jaspersoft Studio. And so you're going to need to install Jaspersoft Studio. I happen to have that here. And so you would go ahead, install that on the report designer's desktop. So here you have Jaspersoft Studio Professional. You can see a really quick report that I've been building, that ZENworks assigned assets that are coming out of my Micro Focus Service Desk instance. You can see this is what it's going to look like. I've got a nice little QR code here that could be scanned with a phone to validate, hey, this is the thing that is in the database. I can look at the design view. This is what the report designer is building and how they're populating it. And then they even have the source editor if they want to go in to view it. And then you have the preview, which is what's this currently look like when you actually execute it. So again, that's Jaspersoft Studio. That's how you go about building some of these more advanced reports that you may need to do. Again, it does require a little more effort than the ad hoc view, but the results are really worth it if you need those pixel perfect reports. So what you've seen here are what the components of the solution are, how to quickly build a report using the ad hoc view. I hope you'll join us for the rest of the videos and learn more about what ZENworks reporting can do for you and how to get it done.